Thanks for joining me as we continue this journey on What's Your Jump. This edition is coming to you from Florida. We're wrapping up our family vacation around Christmas in St. Petersburg, the St. Pete Beach, Paso Grill area. I want to talk to you about some observations that I've made, some conversations that I've had about people that were really faced with difficult decisions. And what we know is we all do. Life is not easy. It's not fair. We all know that we're all going to have those times in our life where things happen, where we're challenged. And honestly, we have to have the courage to continue. And this area was totally devastated by two hurricanes, Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. And as we've spent the last week or so in Florida, there have been so many examples of how people handled those difficult times in their life and made decisions that they had to make to jump, to do something different, to move forward. That courage to continue that I mentioned and has become such an important part of my life and the life of so many out there. We were trying to decide if we were going to come back here this year because we knew that there are a lot of places that had been affected so drastically by the hurricanes. But we decided the best thing we could do is we could come down here and we could spend our money and we could support the people locally. Paso Grill up to Treasure Island, Madeira Beach, the St. Pete Beach area, totally devastated. But here's what we continue to hear is what happened afterwards. The resilience that these people had and that they had to make decisions. How are we going to handle this? The first hurricane came through and it was the water surge that totally destroyed anything on the first floor, that they began to regroup and rebuild. And then shortly thereafter, the next hurricane came through with all the wind and it destroyed even more in the area. But here's what I've found and I've learned and I've been so inspired with is that when these people were faced with the devastation, that they had a choice to make. They could let it beat them or they could pick themselves up and they could keep charging on. And this area as a whole has done that. I think tragedy sometimes, I think difficult situations, it brings people together. When one person makes a decision of here's what I'm going to do, then it sets the example and people began to rally around that. Something that's been said to me on two different conversations was this. We didn't know what to do, but we knew we were going to face it with the best attitude possible. Think about the decision of, you know what, this is unfair and our lives have been totally thrown upside down. What do? The first decision in many cases is the decision we're going to face it with the best possible attitude that we can. We were here on New Year's Eve and my daughter Landry and I, they dropped the ball in Paso Grill and you felt this sense, this spirit of, okay, we've turned the corner. We've made a decision. We're on our way back. But many of them talked about how difficult it was in the beginning. And you've heard me talk about before that so many of us, we spend most of our lives with our toes on the edge. We're wanting to jump. We're wanting to make a decision, but we're scared to do that. But when tragedy hits, you know, that decision sometimes is forced upon us. And these people said, you know what? We're going to rebuild. We're going to charge on. We're going to embrace what's been thrown at us. And we're going to make the decision to approach this with the best possible attitude that we can. You see it all over the place. You see so many people that are inspiring others because they're willing to help. They're willing to pitch a hand here and there to do anything that they can to try to get this up and going. One of our favorite restaurants in the world is in Johns Pass in Madeira Beach. And there's a restaurant there called Walt's Fish Shack. And Sue and Walt, their house was nearly destroyed. They lost all their possessions. They've got apartments that they rented out. They were displaced in the storm. They had to go to Sue's mom, but they've got a restaurant to run and it's their income. And you've got Sue who's dealing with taking care of an aging mother that's got a brother that needs so much of her time and care. You've got Walt that's faced his own health struggles and Sue's there to take care of Walt. But you know what they did? They got that restaurant up and going. They made the decision that this place brings people joy. It brings our family joy. We ate there 3 times just because we know what they've gone through. We know what went into rebuilding. And when you walk in, there is this spirit, we survived this. We're trying, Walt even said, we want to get our lives back. We're ready to try to get back in our home. We're ready to try to move forward. The most important thing that we can do when we're faced with difficult decisions, when we're faced with situations that challenge us, that really cause us to wonder whether or not we're capable, it's about moving forward. My wife said to me that her word for 2025 is forward. Let's move forward. Many of you know, because I've shared it on this podcast, that our oldest daughter was dealt a really difficult hand with her health. And she inspires us every single day because she had the courage to continue, and she's doing so well. I'm led to share with you today that you're not going through it alone. The decision that you have, there are so many people that are trying to make similar decisions. In 2025, you can decide that I'm just going to settle for where I am and what I have and the blows that have been dealt to you and your family and your life. Or you can say, this is the year that I'm going to begin to move forward. This is the year that I'm going to say, whatever comes my way, I'm going to face it with the best attitude possible. And you know what? If I get knocked down, I will get back up. If I get knocked down again, I will get back up and I will keep moving. Paso Grill Beach, a lot of people call it PAG, P-A-G. And there's something, we got a bracelet that said PAG Strong. PAG Strong. We're not going to be defeated. We're not going to let this keep us down. So many times throughout our lives, it's not the storm that gets us. It's our ability to pick up the pieces when the storm is over. 2 major storms rolled through here. Hurricane hadn't hit this area in decades, and then 2 hit it back to back. And it just ripped apart lives across this area, but they did not quit. They did not roll over. They got back up. They're rebuilding. And they're saying, we will be stronger than ever. How are you going to be stronger than ever in 2025? How are you going to embrace this year, embrace the opportunities, embrace the challenges, have the courage to continue, to make the decisions that you need to make to allow yourself the chance, the opportunity to live the life that you deserve? But it doesn't come without difficult decisions. It doesn't come without you saying, you know what? I have to begin the process of making the decisions in my life that give me a chance to lead that life and capture something that you've been looking for a long time. Storms are going to come. They are going to come in our life. But the one consistent thing about every single storm is that the storm ends. We're on the beach today and it's beautiful. The sun is shining. The skies are clear. The beaches are back. People are here. They have returned. The storm ended here. Will there be other storms? Absolutely there will. Will there be storms like what they experienced a couple of months ago with 2 back-to-back? I sure hope not. I pray that will never be the case. But here's what I do know. The people here in this area are stronger than they've ever been because they lived through that storm. And the storms in your life, they are preparing you for something much greater. I know the storm that my family has been through. I know that many of you right now, right today, you're in your own storm and you're in the middle of it. And when you're in the storm and the winds are blowing and it's raging, it's difficult to see when that storm will end. Paso Grill, St. Pete Beach, when those storms rolled through and they saw all the damage and the aftermath, I know for a lot of these people, they couldn't imagine what life looked like after the storm. But now I'm here to witness it. I'm here to see that they are back and they are returning. And I truly believe they're going to be stronger than they've ever been. Storms are scary. Storms are challenging, and we're all going to go through them. So today I would just ask you, where are you in your walk? Where are you in life's storm? Either there's a storm coming, there's a storm that's on you right now, or the storm has ended. Regardless, be prepared for the storm. Be prepared for the fact that the winds are going to blow and it's going to knock you down. Also know when you're in that storm, Be willing to drive through it. Be willing to charge through it. Be willing to say, you know what? This will not defeat me. This will not beat me up. It will not get the best of me, because what I know is that storm is going to pass. The storm is going to end. You know, COVID felt like a storm that was never gonna finally move on out, but it did. And look at us now. In many cases, as a society, as a country, we're stronger than ever because we've realized I am on a beach right now recording a podcast on my phone that I'm going to share with you. We've learned that technology will allow us to do things. I hope you can do this. Storms are scary, but I hope you will challenge yourself to push beyond the fear that comes with a storm, to know that there is a rainbow ahead, that there is sunshine coming, that the winds will settle down, the surf will settle down, and you are so capable of pushing beyond the struggles that you're currently in. When I'm out training and I'm speaking, I often say this. I say we have to be willing, we have to be capable. Each of you are capable of handling anything that comes your way. You're capable, you're strong, you're built for this. But you got to be willing to have the courage to continue, to keep marching on. So today, I salute the people of Florida. I salute my friends in Paso Grill. I salute Sue and Walt at Walt's Fish Shack for picking up the pieces and pushing on and allowing this to make them stronger. The hardest times in our life generally provide strength and resilience and a showing of ourselves, what we're capable. You know what? We never know how strong we are until we have to be strong. We never know how tough we are until we have to be tough. And we never know how capable we are moving beyond things that are difficult and things that come our way until we have to. So listen, if you've got a storm brewing, face that storm with the best attitude you can. If right now you're in a storm in your life, every single day, get up and approach it with the best attitude you can. And then when your storm passes and the sun comes back out, be grateful that you survived it. Be grateful that you're here to fight another day. And then spread that joy to others, and let your lesson and your journey and your trials and your tribulations, let it be a witness and an example to other people that it's worth pushing through the storm. It's worth pushing through the storm. I salute you. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for 2020, 2025 to be the best year ever. It's cliche. You hear a lot of people say it. We're going to thrive in 2025. I'm rooting for you. Swagger on, y'all.